Disabilities as a house cleaner. How does it work? How do you get paid? And what is the market receptivity? We're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by mycleaningconnection.com. This is a resource hub that has all different kinds of things from cleaning supplies and uniforms and products, and we've done product reviews. There's a section on there for kids. You'll find all different kinds of things that will help you either as a homeowner or as an Airbnb host that does your own turnover service, or as a professional house cleaner that has regular weekly and bi-weekly clients. So there's lots of information for anybody interested in the art of cleaning. So check it out at mycleaningconnection.com. All right, on to today's show. This is a really interesting topic and one that's very near and dear to my heart. Please listen to our guest who called in with this question.
Hi, Angela. My brother has Down syndrome and has expressed interest in maybe cleaning one or two houses on the weekends to get some extra money. What are your thoughts on the market receptiveness of someone with a disability such as Down syndrome cleaning houses? There would be an adult there to supervise and help.
All right, that is a very interesting question because the market receptivity, we'll answer this first, then we'll go back and answer the rest of the question. The market receptivity is far greater than you might suspect. There are lots of people who have a heart for people with Down syndrome, and they want to make sure that they are welcome, active members of society, so they will give them a job. That's the good news. The bad news is the Down syndrome kids, and I'm going to say kids because they're young in spirit and they're youthful and vivacious and have lots of energy, but the Down syndrome kids have a different set of skills that they're working from than a regular housekeeper that you would hire. And so if you're expecting your brother to go in and do a job that a regular house cleaner would do, my experience is that that is not going to happen because now you have a different set of skills. There's a different cognitive function. He's not going to be able to work from a checklist just like everyone else. He might take longer than a normal average house cleaner. And so everything will be a little bit out of whack. It's also not going to be a money-making opportunity for him because already you said one person has to be there in order for him, to watch him and to do his job. So that's two people that are going to be there earning the money of one. So what I recommend is that yes, he get a job and that it's not a full house cleaning, but maybe it's like cleaning kitchen countertops or something like that. Something simple that sets him up for success and he feels a sense of success in doing it and he's going to a real job. Now, the reason this is dear to my heart is because I have a younger sister named Joanna who is 26 years old and she too has Down syndrome. And it's awesome because she spent her entire life watching all the different members of the family going to their jobs. And so, like your brother, she wants to be an active member of society and she wants to have something to contribute. And so she kept saying, well, I want a job. I need to be earning money. And she wants the same things that everyone else has. And so with her level of skill, and I don't know, there are different levels of Down syndrome, so I don't know what your brother's level of skill is. But with my sister, there are two versions. The version number one is she's like a squirrel, where she's chasing all different kinds of things, never really finishing any projects and easily distracted by the next thing that comes along. The other part of her is she can get really serious tunnel vision when she focuses. So it's possible she could be cleaning a countertop for 45 minutes and it's not quite clean yet, so she'll just keep cleaning. And if you try to interrupt her prematurely, she'll be defensive and say, no, it's not done yet. I want to make sure I do the job correctly. That's interesting because lots of house cleaners feel the same way. They want to do their very best in order that you get the best product from them. Down syndrome kids are the same way. They want to provide their very best. So you can't interrupt your brother if he's 45 minutes into cleaning a countertop and he doesn't feel that he's done yet, because then you take away the very thing you were trying to give him. All right, so like with my little sister, what happened was my older sister, Yolanda, went to the local shopkeeper and she said, hey, here's the situation with my younger sister, Joanna. She's looking for a job. What can we do to make her feel needed and important? And Yolanda and the shopkeeper decided that Joanna could come in every night at closing and that she could vacuum the store. Now, there's no workman's comp, there's no licensing and all this stuff because Joanna, for her, this is just a job for her. This is kind of a charity project for the storekeeper. Okay, so they're not paying regular salaries. It's not a regular job. And Yolanda does have to be on site 24/7 when my sister is there vacuuming, just so that nothing happens and that Joanna doesn't trip and fall or that bump into something or, whatever. There are liability issues that come with having a job for anyone but there does have to be somebody on site just to make sure that the situation is monitored. All right, so Yolanda and Joanna go to work. Yolanda packs Joanna a lunch, even though Joanna's only gone for about 20 minutes, because it makes her feel like, well, I'm going to work and, I'm needed and I'm expected and I got to stop and take my lunch break. And it's all the things that everyone else gets to do on a regular job. And so the shopkeeper and Yolanda have provided this for Joanna so she feels important. So it's super exciting that she gets to go to work. And if I talk to her on the telephone, she's like, well, I'm going to have to cut this call short because I got to go to work. And I'm like, I know what that's all about, be safe and have a good day and stuff. But it's really exciting because it does give her an opportunity. So if there is somebody that whether it's a homeowner or whether it's a local shop, whether it's somebody that allows your brother to come in and sweep the floors at night, or maybe wash the windows, or do something like that that would help him feel like he's needed and important and he can make a little bit of money. Truth be known, my sister is not there to earn a living. She's going to live at home for the rest of her life. And so the money that she would be earning, she's all of her needs are met and all of her bills are paid for. And so the money that she's earning is only a few bucks, but it is just for her to feel like she's contributing something and she's earning something and she has a job. So it's cool, it's sweet, it's awesome. And I really respect the fact that you're willing to research this and to find out if it's even possible. The answer is yes, it is. There are Down syndrome kids all over that have jobs. They're simple jobs. They're jobs that set them up for success and not failure. And so my suggestion would be help him through that process and help the person that's hiring him understand what that process is and what it looks like. And then what happens if the job ever has to terminate. Because you don't want your brother who feels very successful and this is his moment of I'm needed in the world to then get fired for some reason and then feel like a complete failure and that he's not worthy of working. And so if you have to let him go at some point, maybe it's a vacation, he's on an extended vacation, and let him off easily so it doesn't just absolutely destroy him. Anyway, so those are my suggestions and I'm super excited that you're willing to try this. So please keep me posted. I want to hear how it goes and I want to hear the updates and stuff as you go along. All right, if you found this helpful, please pass it on to a friend. And if we've earned your subscription, please subscribe. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.